We're about to go in with our friend Dino, who is well, he's a travel and quarantine vlogger, or at least he was back in November. We're gonna play this little clip here, and obviously some things in quarantine have changed in the 6 months since this video has been posted. So we'll go in with Dino afterwards. But this is a travel and quarantine vlog that kind of chronicles his stay in the. Well, let's bring you on now. Dino, so give us a little background before we play this clip from your YouTube page. When was this? Where are you coming back from? And just kind of give us a little lead into it.
So I was coming back from Hong Kong. I went from Hong Kong to Korea and then came to Guam. And I just figured during quarantine, everything was going to be different. So I decided to start shooting some clips and videos.
Have you been in quarantine since this last video?
No, I have not been in quarantine, but I will be going back to Hong Kong. So I'm actually gonna be in quarantine for 21 days in April.
Wow, why 21 days? Oh, is there a quarantine there or something?
Yeah, there's a quarantine in Hong Kong.
Wow. So you're gonna do a little video on that too?
I am actually gonna do some pictures and videos going there and coming back because I'm going back to pick up my family.
Nice. Okay, and so we're going to play this again. This is Dino's quarantine experience in November of last year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hafade, my name is Dino Sadhwani, and I will be documenting my travel today from Hong Kong to Korea, and then Korea to Guam with a 3.5-hour layover in Korea. Today's date is October 20, 2020, and I will be arriving on Guam October 21st, 2020 in the afternoon. A little bit of background on myself. I got married and moved to Hong Kong 6 years ago. Since I have moved to Hong Kong, I've been mainly in the real estate industry here, and my wife has been in the relocation industry. Last year on October 9, 2019, we had a beautiful daughter, and this was around the time of the protests in Hong Kong, which made it very difficult. The hospital where my daughter was born is one of the main areas where the protests were happening, so we were very concerned about that. We really didn't have a choice because we already made the decision, so we were at the mercy of the protesters and wondering if, like, what would happen if we had an emergency. Shortly after our daughter was born, COVID came around, and it just got a little more crazy here in Hong Kong. So my wife and I decided to pick up and move to Guam to give our daughter a better life. And there are a lot of things changing here, so we just figured it'd be best to move. We wanted to move in April 2020, but obviously that didn't happen, and it's just been getting delayed and delayed and delayed. So I decided for myself that I would go to Guam first and set up, and then I would come back and pick up my wife and daughter, and then move back and start our life there. So this is the beginning of my trip. Gloves and the face shield now. So just checked in at Korean Air. You can see it's pretty much dead everywhere. Does feel like the beginning of a zombie apocalypse. I showed up here way too early. Boarding the plane now. So we're about to land in Korea. Landing in Korea. This is one. Flight. Just getting in Korea now. Korean Air flight was good. I slept the whole way. Like, literally got on the plane, was asleep right when we took off, and I woke up when we landed. Guam, 9 a.m., gate 118. Let's go walk there now. Nothing's open. As you can see, there's like 2 people, 3 people. Feels like this airport is deserted. I mean, I can say whatever I want. No food, packaged foods, fashion and accessories. Literally the only people I'm seeing are people that work in these stores or people that work for the airport. Terminal 2, Incheon Airport. So it's about 7:30 in the morning now in Korea. My flight is set to take off at 9. So my flight is now delayed a half hour. So just boarded the plane. Not sure why we were delayed a half an hour.
비상시 비행기의 전원이 꺼질 경우
So it's 2:25, just arrived on the island of Guam, and we're gonna be taxiing in right now. Half a day and welcome to Guam. Went the longest route I'd ever gone from a plane to immigration, then fill out like a lot of forms. So it's about 4 o'clock and we're now getting out west arrivals. There's 9 on my bus. I'm assuming there's 10 and 10 on the other buses. This bus is extremely hot. Looks like we're going in the backside of Dino Sadhwani, or the old outrigger. So landed at 2:30 about. Now it's about 4:45. So I just got to my room at the Dino Sadhwani. Checking out the place now. Room looks really nice. So it's October 22nd, my first morning of quarantine. It's a beautiful day here in Guam. Little view of the beach in the Nico Hotel. So just another update. 3:10 right now. One of the nurses just came to visit me. Really pleasant, just asked me a bunch of questions, how I was feeling, wrote down all my answers, everything, and then took my temperature, and she said she'll be checking on me every day, which is amazing. Like I said, they're doing a really good job. So I'm back home now for my 7 days of home quarantine. Feels good to be out of the hotel, Dino Sadhwani. I am wearing a mask around my mom and dad just because they're elderly. I know I tested negative for COVID. I know that should be okay, but just gonna do it for 7 days. Yeah, it's amazing. Pretty good being back home. So hopefully these 7 days go by quick and I can stop wearing a mask around my parents.
Well, there you go, Dino. Welcome back. Pretty interesting. Any time did they ever like tell you, "Oh, stop filming," or "Oh, what are you doing?" Or
No, pretty much everywhere I went, nobody said anything to me. I even have a short recording of my test, and the guy who gave me my test, Paulo, he said, "Yeah, go ahead and use me if you want." I just thought it would be a little too long, and everybody's seen a COVID test, right?
hi, Bree.
Hi.
We're getting Dino on here. He's a travel and quarantine blogger. Dino, we wanted to ask you because I guess since the time that you were in quarantine, which is late October, from then until now, I don't believe the government of Guam has paid the bill for the quarantine and isolation facilities. It's like $20 million or something.
Yes, $20 million is still owed.
Yeah. Is it worth it, in your opinion, having been there, done that?
I think it was okay. I think the facilities are great. I wish when I'm going back to Hong Kong that they would pay it, but the Hong Kong government's making me pay the bill for my quarantine. So that's interesting.
I hear
How
that a
much
lot.
is it?
God.
It's gonna be anywhere from $1,600 on up because it's 21 days with food.
What does that break down to per day?
But I have to do it.
Yeah. 21 days?
21 days.
Okay. Well, good luck on your travels.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I don't know what I'm gonna do for 21 days.
So when you go to Hong Kong, what's their quarantine like there? And then what do you need to like travel into Hong Kong as far as like a test or whatever?
So they don't even care in Hong Kong whether you have a test or a vaccine. They don't care about anything. I'm gonna fly in. I have a Hong Kong ID card. You can't really travel into Hong Kong if you don't have that card. And if you don't have it, then you have to be like somebody whose work sponsors them or something like that. But I mean, I have to go back to pick up my family, and that's the main reason I have to do this. It's been almost like I haven't seen them since the end of October, so it's kind of hard.
Wow. All right. Well, can you keep us posted? Maybe we could zoom from. Can you zoom in from quarantine in Hong Kong?
Yeah, I definitely can.
Oh, that's cool. That'll be cool.
Definitely can zoom in. I heard the Wi-Fi there is really bad, but I'm gonna get a data chip
Right.
so I won't be so bored.
Let me just bend your ear a little bit. You know, the quarantine, the isolation, the public health um, authorities say that this is like the main reason why we've seen such a decrease in the cases from the second surge. Having been in quarantine and you know jumped through all the hoops and seen what it's like firsthand, do you agree, disagree with that assessment?
Well, I feel like for example, if you live alone or you have an apartment for you and your family, I mean, I don't see the difference in quarantining in a hotel or at home. I understand that if there's other people in the house, you don't want to be around them. But I think 7 to 10 days testing after 7 days, you get out of quarantine on Guam anyway. And I mean, it's hard for them to follow up for the next 7 days when people are spread around the island, right? But I think if like you have some kind of checking system that people aren't leaving their own place, it would be better.
And so, what was the takeaway from your time in the quarantine last year? How was the service, if you will?
The service was, I mean, like everything was good. I mean, the people were nice. The food was decent. Obviously, I wish I could have had a place to cook for myself. That would have been better. But I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say about the quarantine. It's just that if I had to do it again, I would try and use my time more productively.
Like what? Bring a puzzle or?
Read a book, do some work. Uh, I just recently moved back to Guam. The reason I came is because I needed to get my real estate license, and I'm going to be working as a real estate agent on Guam, so I had to do that before my family came. I'll be at Home Ventures, so if anybody needs, I'm a new real estate agent on Guam.
Okay. Because we had, was it Crystal on, Bree, when she said people are giving the quarantine rave reviews?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm sorry. That was just, how do you say something like that? But I mean, people have said the guard is pretty cool, so maybe that's what she meant. But rave reviews, Dino, is that pushing it a little too far?
I wouldn't do it again if you're going to ask me that. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it again. So I think they're making it the best that they can, but it's still, as soon as they close that door, your mind just goes somewhere else,
So you didn't post a 5-star review on Yelp of the quarantine?
No, I'm not. No, I didn't do that. But I mean, for what it's worth, I don't think they could do any better than what it was, unless they were spending a lot more money.
Well, 20 million is a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
They should be massaging your feet for that much. Right? Cortex should be out here clipping our toenails and stuff.
I wish the food was decent, but I just wish it was better.
Right. And so people talk about it. My friend Sevi is one of these guys, and people say, like, why don't we outsource the food to, like, some of these restaurants that we're having a hard time? Would you disagree with that?
I would agree with it because, I mean, I don't even know how much they're paying per plate, but
it's $69 a day. $70 a day, right?
I think I could get a lot better food for $70 a day than what I was getting.
Which one were you at? Dusit Beach or Dusit Tower?
I was on the old outrigger side that was looking at Nico.
Okay. What is the price for the rooms there? Yeah, it's $159 per room per day. Yeah, $69 per day for meals.
That's a lot. Mm-hmm. When I'm going to Hong Kong, I'm going to be spending, I think, $60 or $70 a day, and I'm getting a hotel room and food. So that's Hong Kong. That's a place that's a lot larger. So
right.
Plus, they got dim sum. Are you getting dim sum?
Probably. I'm probably gonna get some dim sum and noodles for breakfast.
Damn.
Do you know the name of the hotel you're staying at?
No, so I have to book it myself. So a room's a room.
Yeah.
I don't really need anything lavish. As long as there's a shower, a bed, and a TV, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, Dino. Appreciate
Thanks, Dino.
your perspective, man.
Yep. So if anybody wants to know what's going on or how it's going, I'm probably going to be posting on my IG. It's dino.guam. Really easy. If you want to follow me, I'm going to probably be doing stories while I'm traveling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to compile everything and do another vlog going and another vlog coming back. So if anybody wants to see how it is, let me know.
Dino, I want to ask, what is your profession? Real estate, right?
So in Hong Kong, I was in the real estate industry. Because I'm moving my wife and daughter back to Guam, I'm going to be at Home Ventures. And so like residential, commercial, any type of real estate, that's what I'm going to be doing. Have
you looked into filling out and applying for the quarantine exemption? Because I think, are realtors essential?
I'm not
No,
sure.
well,
Yes, I believe they weren't in the beginning, but I believe they have modified that.
Yeah.
The biggest problem for me is I'm not a resident of Hong Kong, so I get no money relief there. And I'm not a resident on Guam yet, so I get no money relief here. So on both sides, I'm kind of like, it's not going to work.
Right.
My wife gets a little bit in Hong Kong, and I know people that get it here, but I just wish I could have gotten something because this travel is going to be A little bit expensive.
Right. Well, you have a home here on the link anytime you want, Dino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate
right.
it. And we'll see you when we go to Hong Kong.
Yeah, follow me and you can see me whenever you want.
Right.
Yeah,
on.
hey Dino, we got your Instagram handle up on the screen and everything like that. So hopefully a lot of people follow you, wish you well, and follow your travels.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Hopefully, I get my family here soon.
Yeah.
Good luck, Dino. God bless.
Good luck.
Take care.
man.
Okay. There you go. Our friend Dino. What is it? Dino.
Sadhwani.
Dino.Guam.
Yeah. What's the?
Oh,
Dino.Guam.
Dino
I just
dot
put
Guam.
in a request to follow him.
Okay, yeah. So you already got a new follower. Sabrina is the first person up, Dino.